Hello there. I'm David Kennedy Bird, the rector at Foundations Collegian. This little mini lecture is the third in a series on the importance of unity in a child's education. I'm calling this particular one Doctor, Lawyer, Indian Chief, which is a clever title. You'll understand why in a minute. It's very clever. So in this series on the importance of unity in education, I've really been harping on the point that unity is one of the most critical aspects of an educational program. And if the kids aren't getting a unified sense of how reality works, then they're not getting an education, which is a bold claim to make. And we're going to sort of break out why I feel that claim can be made and what the implications of it are over the next few episodes in this series. But the point is important enough that I don't mind devoting several videos to illustrating exactly what I mean by unity and fleshing out for you why I think it's so very central to what education is all about, what life is all about, all of life. In this particular mini lecture, let's examine three kinds of people that you expect to have a sense of what unity is all about, although maybe you've never thought about it in those terms. These are three professions in which we require a sense of unity of the folks practicing them. And we assume that anyone practicing these professions is a dud and has no idea what he's doing if he hasn't got a sense of unity. Okay, let's start out with the auto repair shop. Something has gone wrong with your Oldsmobile. This was your father's Oldsmobile. It's been around for a long time. It's decades old. It's probably ready to give up the ghost, but you still keep it around. It gets a solid, respectable 3 miles per gallon, and you just can't bear to part with it. But it's been making a clunking noise, and so you take it down to the repair shop. To your auto mechanic, whom you have worked with and trusted for years now. And now, here's the thing about this auto mechanic. You don't expect this man to have a PhD in philosophy. Although, if you've read Robert Pirsig's modern classic, Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, you might have a higher level of intellectual expectation of your mechanic than perhaps other people have of their mechanics. But I'm afraid that we're going off topic, so we need to rein things back in here. So you don't expect your auto mechanic to be a scholar, but you do expect him to have learned all. Okay, I say him. Some of you are bristling at that. Let's say your mechanic's name is Veronica. Okay, Veronica, the auto mechanic. And you expect this man to have learned all the facts about your car's engine and its various other systems. An understanding that would include how all the individual parts fit together, what they do, what the implications are if this little widget over here goes wrong, how it's going to affect other systems, and how, if something has gone wrong with this system, you can trace the problem back to this widget over here. All of which requires a larger sense of the, how the whole car works, how all the systems, all the various pieces fit together as a whole. Unity. You would consider this man, Veronica, incompetent if he didn't know how all the parts and systems of your car function together as a whole. Okay, let's move on. Our next scene is the hospital. Your liver is bothering you. And so you find yourself in the hands of competent medical professionals. What makes these people competent? They understand the human body. They understand how all the organs and systems and parts and tissues, all the way down to the cellular level, they understand how everything in your body functions together as a whole, as a unity, and how if something goes wrong with one part, this has implications for other parts. You would never place your life in the hands of a doctor. A doctor named Samantha. Your doctor's name is Samantha. You would never place your life in the hands of this man, Samantha, if you didn't think he understood how all the organs and systems of your body function together as a unified organism. You. Okay, let's change the setting one more time. Now we're talking about a corporation. There is a businessman at the helm of this corporation. It might be the CEO. It might be the COO. It might be the CFO. It might be the AFL-CIO. Something involving a C with an O at the end of it. And this man, you feminists are killing me here. Geraldine, this man, Geraldine, would get no respect in the business community if he didn't understand how the various offices and departments of his company fit together and work together to bring about the company's objectives. You expect this man, Geraldine, to have a vision for the company as a whole. From the executive offices and the halls of power down to the mail room and the janitor's closets, to have a sense of how the whole thing works together as a large system made up of smaller systems, how it all works. Unity. Now, if we wanted to justify the title of the video, Doctor, Lawyer, Indian Chief, we could actually talk about lawyers and Indian chiefs. What's a lawyer? Someone who is well versed in the system of the law, how all the different codes and regulations and criminal laws and laws that govern civil relationships and governmental activity, how it all fits together. We expect a lawyer to understand the legal system as a unity, to understand all the individual little parts, all the laws, but more particularly to understand the whole thing, the whole legal system. And what about our Indian chief, whose name is Sarah, the Indian chief? This person is at the helm of a government. This person is a politician. And again, there's a system, a governmental system that this person, Sarah, has to have a firm grasp of. How do all the departments of government work together in carrying out the larger vision for what the tribe is all about, or what the nation is all about? Okay, I think the point has been made and has been slammed into a brick wall repeatedly. We don't need to explore any more professions, except one. I do want to talk about one more, and that is the teaching profession. It could be forcefully argued that a teacher is more important than any of these other people, these politicians and lawyers and doctors and auto mechanics. A teacher has a more lasting impact. A teacher has a more intimate impact on the mind and heart of a young person. We all know this. We all go around praising teachers and talking about how important they are. So in the case of teachers in schools, it's even more important that there be a mastery of the unity of their subject matter. And in the case of teachers, the subject matter is reality. The world, the real world, how the world works, and helping the kids grasp how the real world works, what it's all about, what it is, how it all fits together as a unity, a universe, a cosmos, a world that all fits together and makes sense. I'm a teacher. I have nothing against teachers, obviously. There are so many really terrific teachers out there, teachers who convey to their students a love for literature, or geography, or world history, or philosophy, or the effective use of language, or the physical sciences, or the human sciences, or the ways of God. And these really great teachers convey lots of fascinating information to their students. It's all good stuff. Question: at what point do we ever give our young people a unified view of reality in the vast majority of educational settings? — answer: we don't. Not ever. Never.